said don't do crystal meth in the bathroom all night long.
That's my opinion!
He will never emotionally fulfill you.
Because I don't want to be a part of it.
Go to sleep! Go to sleep!
Close your legs to married men, trash box.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
Who gonna check me, boo?
Welcome to Morally Corrupt. I am Rachel Lindsay. I'm so excited to be here today. You know how we do things on Tuesday. This is where we cover our Bravo news. I am joined by a very special guest every single week. And this guest and I, okay, we're no stranger to one another, but we came in sync. Gibson Johns here with us live in the flesh. We're matching today, guys, which means you know it's going to be a great podcast. We could, even the jean shade is pretty much the same color.
It's the same color.
It's so good.
The only thing is I didn't get the UGG memo. That's the only thing.
You didn't get the UGG memo. It's okay. I didn't get the pocket, but here we are in uniform, in sync, ready to go. I feel like as November approaches, we know what's around the corner, and that is BravoCon. And we are excited. They gave us a year off. I was pissed off about it last year, but then it makes it worth the wait this year.
I agree. I feel like BravoCon should be an every other year thing.
Yes.
They need to build up the anticipation. Like,
yes.
If we were turning right around 11 months later and going back to Vegas for this, I've been mentally preparing for this for like months. I feel like it's one of those weekends where it's work and play. Yeah. And so like you're so tempted to play, but like there's a lot of work to do that weekend. There's stuff to turn around. And
are you boots? Okay, by the way, also he has the Pop Culture Podcast, Gabbing with Gib. Excellent. I've done it. Chelsea's done it too, right?
Chelsea's done it. Callie's done it. And you recapped BravoCon with me 2 years ago.
Yeah. No. We are working.
We are.
Because we were actually just having a meeting before this, figuring out like our logistics and how we wanted to do everything. Do you walk around with the microphone just like waiting to pick up what randomness happens?
I think I'm going to this year.
Okay.
I had just started my podcast like the week before last time.
Yeah.
And I saw you guys with your walking around and I was like, I need to do that next time. So I think I'm going to do that because I think that like, yeah, you want the time with the people on the red carpet and yada, yada, yada. But like walking around and it really is about the fans. And it's very, I don't know about you, but I like being reminded in person that like it can be a very positive fandom.
Yeah.
Because online can get so negative so quickly. And BravoCon is like one of the most positive places. Some of the 100%. Fan Q&As will get a little testy.
They all get testy. They all get
Jersey last time. Remember that one?
Yes. The drinks are serving Beverly Hills last time.
Yes.
The drinks. I don't know what time the bar is open, but the first
when you walk
panel.
in at 10 a.m.
Okay, is it? Because I'm like, the first panel is Friday at 9:30 a.m. Those women come, like, I have a friend coming in from Toronto. These people come from all over, and now they've been waiting for 2 years. So it's going to be even more wild than before.
Yeah, and I think it's sort of like everyone's spending a lot of money to be there.
Yeah.
What's another, like $25 for every cocktail?
Exactly.
I think at that point, you're just kind of going for it.
You're going for it. I don't normally drink, but I might this year. Actually, I think I might have had one drink in all the BravoCons that I've done. There's no time for it because, like you said, it's work and play.
And they start early.
Yeah.
Like, and there's also all these sort of tertiary events too. Like I got invited to some Dorinda medley something at like 6:30 in the morning on Friday. But it's just like, there's just all these things. And it's good you have a meeting to schedule because it's impossible to hit it all.
It's exhausting.
But I like being boots on the ground there. I think it's fun. Like the good stuff comes out at the end of the panels.
I think so too. And then the secret is the bazaar.
Yes.
It's because you just see people in droves like running over and you're like, well, who's here? Who's there? Or you'll see a husband walking around and they're like just in the wild by themselves, but they clearly want to be seen.
Yeah.
And they love like the rumblings and the whispering of like, is that so-and-so? Is that so-and-so? It's so much fun.
No, you think it's Bruno Mars coming through and it's Evan Goldschneider.
Yeah.
You know?
Who doesn't need to be there this year, by the way? Who does not need to be there at all? No, it's just such a cool thing. And like we've been talking about it, but before this, I was talking to my co-host Van on Higher Learning, and he was like, what's BravoCon about? And he's a Marvel guy. And I go, it's Comic-Con, but it's Bravo. And he goes, oh my gosh, how fun. And I go, see, it's really a really incredible place. And you think, oh, you only need to go once and you're fine. But the stories change, friendships aren't the same. Marriages aren't the same. You know, casts aren't the same.
Oh, yeah.
It's just new shows are coming about, new announcements, screeners, like they're doing a showing of the new Vanderpump. So
Yes.
there's just you just never know what you're gonna get,
hmm
and that's what makes it pretty cool.
Totally. And even last time, I think the Roni reboot had like either just started or it was on in its first season. But I remember
It was on
I
the
was
first season.
I was like, not I've never been super excited about the Roni reboot.
Yeah,
But the crowds for that panel were like out the door,
yeah,
line to get in. And it really does tell you stuff about like who's really popular. You know
yes,
what I mean?
yes,
Like not just the people on Twitter or the people on Instagram, like who's really that's where you're reminded, okay, yeah, Kyle Richards gets a lot of hate, but she's really, really loved.
yeah,
Like they're really long time people, and sometimes you get some surprises,
yeah.
and it's just the best.
No, it really is the best. So I can't wait to go
Me
to hang
too.
out. Like all the podcasters are
hmm
going. I was talking to Ben, and he was saying that we should all do something
I
together. And it's like
know.
we really, really
I
should
know.
because everybody's going to be there, and we all do the same thing. And like I just like want to just.
And we're always on Zoom.
I know.
You know?
I know. I just want to shoot the shit. I
I
just want to
know.
like
Let's
gossip
really
and
spill the
talk and
tea behind
exchange
that. Yeah.
stories.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it would be really fun. That should be its own panel. They
No,
really should do something more
I've
with the
always thought that.
podcasters.
I love the team over there, but I wish that like they could incorporate.
Tap into it.
Yeah, because people they all have like a lot of people listening to this podcast probably have a parasocial relationship with you and the rest
Yeah.
of your co-hosts.
Yeah.
And it's fun to meet people in the wild that
Yeah.
just are devoted listeners. And
Yeah.
that would be fun, I think, for another
Because
time.
you're so right because everybody has their fan
We're part
base.
of we're part of the ecosystem.
Even when they announced who was hosting panels, there were a lot of people in the comments who were like, what about this podcaster?
hmm
Why don't you have this podcaster? And I'm like, it's so true.
Yeah.
It actually should just be. And I was like, even I thought, take me out of it. And I
Oh
go, wait a
no,
second, I'm a
no,
podcast.
no.
Actually,
No,
what a podcast.
and Rachel, I have to say, I went to your panels last time. You're the best. I think you're one of the
Oh,
best
thank
moderators. I'm
you.
not kidding. I think you're really,
Thank
really,
you.
really good at this.
Thank you. That means a lot because
Yeah.
it is
It's a
nerve
hard
wracking to
job.
do it all. And now I can talk about it. Like last time I had Potomac and I took a nap after Potomac because there was so much, this person's not getting along with this person. You
hmm
can't talk about this. But this year I have Atlanta. And
Okay.
so it will be a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I mean, Phaedra and Portia, I
Oh my
literally could just
God.
hand them the
No,
microphones.
you're gonna have all stars on that
I'm
stage with you,
very
and I feel
excited.
like it's hard as a moderator because there are constraints about what you're supposed to ask about and keep it away from this,
Yes.
and that. But then the fans ask their questions, and they're gonna
Yes.
always go for those topics that you're supposed to
I
avoid.
know. I love that they don't stop the fans.
Totally, me too. But then it's like, as a moderator, sometimes you have to like, all right,
Yeah,
you
I know.
know.
I know. There was something that happened like that last year. Okay, before we got on mic, we were saying like
Yeah.
what we're into right now when it comes to Bravo. There's a lot on, and it's so
hmm
funny. We have such insatiable appetites. We
Yeah.
complain when there's nothing on, and then when there's a
Always.
lot on, we're like, oh, I'm
Oh,
so
it's a
busy.
full-time
There's
job.
so much going on. But we secretly just love it so much anyway. And now we have BravoCon too, which is going to be all this extra
hmm
content. But what are you obsessed with right now on Bravo?
I'm really obsessed with Potomac because historically that's one of my favorite ones, and
Uh-huh.
some of my favorite housewives are the ones I laugh with the most.
Yeah.
And Potomac was not funny for like 3 years there. Like it just
Yeah.
wasn't. It kind of felt like a chore. It got a little dark, and I felt like they were sort of climbing back out of this hole.
Mm-hmm.
I always say this, but last reunion they sort of unlocked something
Yeah.
in this cast, and this season I'm laughing a lot with them, and I'm really, really enjoying it.
Is it okay? I'm into it as well. Is it you're enjoying the season
hmm
as a whole, or is it Stassi?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I think Stacey's a big part of that pie.
she's bringing in a
I
lot.
think she's a big part of that pie, but like part of it's also like watching Ashley and Giselle like try to get her to like react in the way they want her to, but she's
She's-
never going to give it to them. I think I know that Giselle gets her criticism. I really like her because she just does
Oh,
her
yeah.
job, you
Yeah,
know?
she does it
And she's
well.
doing her job this year very well.
Yeah. Do you think that because after Stacey appeared on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy was saying how much he just loved her,
Right.
and then on Call Her Daddy, and we'll get into that interview,
Yes.
he says that she's the best addition that we've had this year. Then I saw people, of course, saying, "Oh my gosh, well, this is it." Giselle and Ashley are jealous of Stacey. Do you think that they're jealous at the attention that she's getting, coupled with the fact that she's a liar, which we know?
Yeah, I think that it's a combo, and like it's definitely, Brian Moylan always says every argument is actually about the show, and I think
Mhm.
that Giselle and Ashley are the OGs. They're territorial. They're like, wait, why does everyone love Stacey?
Yeah.
Because she's lying to our faces as our friend and our coworker,
Yeah.
but we eat it up. We don't have to deal with like getting the reaction we want out of her.
For sure.
I think it is definitely part of that
Yeah.
and in response to that. And I think that happens a lot with the newbies on Potomac.
Yeah.
And now obviously Wendy has come back around with Giselle, and
Yeah.
that actually makes me really happy. I think they have this really kind of like love-hate relationship now.
Mhm.
They unlocked at the reunion that works really well.
Yeah.
Like they'll give each other a
Yeah.
lot of shit and it works, and they don't take it personally.
They
you
don't
know?
take it personally. I think after what's happened
Yeah.
off camera, there will be.
I think they'll go right back to where
Yeah,
they were.
back to
Yeah.
we'll know that it really wasn't
Yeah.
anything. It was more of an alliance
Totally,
just to
and
move
that's
the show
okay.
on. So
Yeah.
because as we saw people leave the show, I know Giselle was like, okay, who do I need to get along with to make sure that I solidify
Yep.
my place
Mhm.
on the show? I love Stassi. I said last time on the podcast, I'm like, she's right there. If she tells one more big lie, she's done for.
Mhm.
Like when she came on, I was like, oh, she's so aloof. I loved it. Then by the time we get to the reunion, we're like, oh, wait, she's calculated and she's been lying. But the way she handled it made me kind of love her even more. The Still I Rise, as ridiculous as it is, it was so quick and on the money, and Still I Rise. It's like, okay, Stassi.
And that's maybe one of the Bravo moments of the whole year. Like,
And Still I Rise.
and still I rise.
That QVC voice is going to take her far.
It really is. And you have all the clips of making the rounds.
I've been going down a
Oh
dark
my
hole of
God.
watching them.
There's a Twitter
I think
account
I
with
would
all of
buy
them.
anything that she sells. And look at that, guys.
There's
and
one
just
with like a camel on the
I've
sweater.
seen it. I've seen
And
it.
she starts talking about the nativity scene. This woman is
She converted. I mean, I grew up Christian, but I've like, if I hadn't, she would have converted me to
right.
Christianity.
Totally.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
And I think it's also, she's like a reminder that there are still new types of people out there for
Yes.
them to find and cast. Like it's
Great
almost like
point.
reassuring,
Great
you know?
point. Great point. No, I'm into the Stassi of it all, but like, I just need her to stay in this lane. Don't go too far off. She's great.
Yeah.
When the Wendy news came out, I said on the podcast, I was like, I don't ever remember hearing Wendy talk about being robbed or anything like that. And then, because I follow you put
Mhm.
up the clip,
Mhm.
or maybe you talked about it and then you put it up. But then I saw it and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, Gibson got the fact that she talked about it. So if you can, is there
Yes.
something from that conversation that stood out to you at the time, or like even now that you're looking back on it, you're like, wow, this, I don't know.
Yeah.
Was there something about
So
that interview?
when it immediately happened that Friday, when the
Mhm.
news came out,
Mhm.
we'll always remember that moment. I was like, wait, I asked her about this
Yeah.
last year at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And whenever I interview at the beginning of a season, there's not that much to talk about. So
Right.
I always just like do a Google, like what has happened between seasons with the person I'm about to talk to. And I was like, this is probably in September, October. I was like, oh, there's a headline from April about a burglary that I actually don't remember ever hearing about.
Mhm.
Maybe I saw the TMZ story at the time, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I asked her about it, totally genuine. I didn't have any reason to question that story,
Yeah.
But looking back, I was like, okay, I asked her about this. I went back, I watched it, and I was like, if this is a faked situation, like this clip is one of the most wild things you can ever watch.
Yeah.
Because it's not like she didn't want to talk about it. Like we talked for 2 full minutes about it. Like I asked 2 questions and she gave me very long answers. Talked
Wow.
about
Details.
she's never been a robbery in the neighborhood for 20 years, traumatized the kids, their house is Fort Knox now, all these things that if it is allegedly faked, like you could have just been like, it was a tough situation. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so watching it's a really wild experience. And then when I think about why am I the only person to ever ask her about
Yeah.
a burglary, which like I've been saying this, 90% of housewives, if something bad like that happens in your life, that becomes your storyline on the show for at least a season.
100%.
And I don't think it was mentioned once on the show.
No.
And if I'm the only person to ask her about it, that means that no attention was being brought to it, which again is a very un-Housewivesian thing
Right.
to do with a traumatic situation like this.
And people would have felt sorry for her. Like
No,
it would have been great.
Yeah, and unfortunately, as a Housewives connoisseur and also somebody who is a housewife, you have to think you think like that,
Yes,
right? This is
Dorit.
part, yeah, right. And so that's really my biggest learning is like, oh my God, I'm the only person to ask her about this because it was never brought up. There was
Mhm.
one TMZ story
Mhm.
about it, and maybe some of those sort of smaller blogs
Mhm.
covered it.
Mhm.
It wasn't really anywhere else.
I have to ask you,
Mhm.
has your podcast been subpoenaed? Has anybody reached out to you?
Not
So, like,
legally.
legally?
Not
Okay.
legally.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
breaking news!
no, not legally, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wound up
100%.
on the show.
Oh, on the show. Okay. Oh, yes, yes. On the show for sure. And if it moves forward, because I know right now she's trying to get off on a
Mhm.
technicality. If it moves forward, which let me just tell you how,
Yeah.
I know people are probably tired of talking about it. I'm telling
I'm
you,
not,
everywhere
though.
we go, they are. I am dressed up as Monica Wright from Love and Basketball at a Halloween party talking to Eazy-E. And we are talking about this very thing.
Wow.
I didn't know that there was an email that
Yes.
Eddie says about what do we need to do to beef this up. Guys,
Yeah.
you have to keep talking about it. But I'm so excited, period, just to have you on Morally Corrupt. But then I've been dying to talk to you about this.
hmm
If this moves further, if she doesn't win on this motion that she has set forth, you're absolutely going to be pulled into it.
Really.
I don't know how you're not. If I'm the prosecution, I'm at least wanting to subpoena the raw footage
Right.
of everything. I'm at least wanting to see if there's a contradiction
Mm.
about what she said. Watch me now. Hope you're listening. I want to see if there's a contradiction about what she said to you versus what she said in a police report
Mm.
or in a witness statement, whatever it may be.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, you know this, like being in this space, it's this weird thing of, I mean, I've known Wendy since she started the show. I've interviewed her
Mhm.
almost every year, I think,
Mhm.
and I love Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew once I realized I had asked that question, if I didn't put that out, and I put it out very like, this is Wendy talking about it last year
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Somebody would have found that interview from that time period,
Mhm.
clipped it out, put it out in maybe a more salacious way or whatever. And I was just like,
Yeah.
I have to do this myself. And part of it was like, I feel bad by even like bringing attention to this, but
No.
it existed out there, you know? And what was I going to do? I couldn't do anything else. Like,
I
that's the only way to
didn't.
handle it.
Because I had said on this podcast, I didn't think she had ever talked about it.
hmm
I appreciated when I saw your clip because I
Thank
thought,
you.
oh, I was wrong about that. I didn't look at it as attention seeking or I got you. I was like, no,
Yeah.
he's actually showing Wendy did talk about this. So I thought it helped kind of her in a way of, no, she didn't try to
Right.
hide it. It was out there.
And it really, when you're watching that clip, if you disregard what has actually happened, what she's being accused of, it's like, oh, she's talking about
Yeah.
being robbed.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, what a
Oh,
moment. See, our job is important here.
listen.
You ask the questions that maybe people don't even think that they need to know.
And
then
I
months
didn't
later,
think they needed to know it back. It really felt like I was almost filling time in an interview at the end. It was the end of an interview. You know, I was like, oh, what else do I talk about? Oh, this happened.
every question is important.
Woof.
As we're seeing, the jobs that we do are
Yeah.
becoming more and more pronounced on Housewives as Kiki Monique
Yeah.
is pretty much holding an orange this episode. And I actually hate the way it's all done. I
Me
mean,
too.
I try to joke
too.
about it. I'm like, oh, they did it on purpose because she has the radio show on Andy's
Mm.
Sirius XM
It's a
channel. So
ba-
this
it's
is
a
just a way to
back-channeled
promote
thing.
it. That's what I always say. But she's obviously a real journalist. And I just
Yeah.
kind of think that people have kind of gotten a sour taste in their mouth of her because they're not familiar with her work before. And I think it's a little bit unfair to her.
Yeah. And it's like she's coming into their space too. So
Mhm.
she's sort of like the interloper. And
Yeah.
like the way they just like won't stop talking about it
I
too doesn't
know.
help her.
I know. Like when they featured, is it Up and Adam?
Yes.
He's
on
been
Salt Lake City.
he's been a thing before, but
Mhm.
they kind of barely mentioned him. And it was still the focus was on the ladies
Yes.
rather on him. It was just that something that was said to him or on
Yeah.
his podcast
I
or
almost
something
think
like
that bringing her into the like lion's den, if you
They
will, like
should.
it almost did a disservice to her.
I agree.
Like I think it's one thing to play the clip from an interview, like that's just part of the ecosystem. It always has been,
Right.
but to sort of take it to that next step,
Yeah.
I just don't. There are very few people in our position that I think that would benefit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I would have said no. But
I don't think I would have done it either.
I also am not tied into I understand why she did.
Yeah, of course.
But
You
I
wanna
would have
defend
said no.
yourself.
And she
It's so
didn't
tempting.
know
No.
what it was gonna be and what Katie was saying and not saying and all
I
of these
know.
things. Okay, let's get into the news of the week. Kiki
Okay.
has a big presence, Kiki Monique. So
Yeah.
everybody be nice to her. Go out,
I agree. I
watch
love
her
Kiki.
do her thing,
hmm
and you see the talent that is there. Also listen to her Sirius XM show as well.
I learn a lot from her Instagram. She's
Yeah.
on the front lines there.
Yeah, and just in general with not even Bravo stuff.
Yeah,
just
totally.
like news
She
in
reports on
general.
a wide array of stuff.
Talk of shame. Talk of shame.
Yes, the talk of shame.
Okay, so right before this podcast started,
Yes.
they released the Vanderpump they're calling it season 12, even though it's a whole new season, which I think that it should be season 1, kind of like what they did with New Roni.
But they call that season 14.
Who does?
Oh, that's what the network calls Roni,
Oh.
which I think
We
I think,
don't.
like you said, that's not the right move, I don't think.
Yeah, I always say they had 2 seasons, New
Yeah,
Roni, and
I agree.
that's what we call it. But here we are,
Mhm.
season 12, Vanderpump Rules, a whole new cast, except for Lisa Vanderpump
Right.
and maybe Ken and
Or
a
Pete I
dog.
could see Peter popping up at some point.
I I hope not.
Me too.
I think he's still there.
He is. He is, believe me.
I just want the
I
horror
know.
stories I hear of like people telling me when Peter's there
Ugh.
at SUR and how he comes up to the table. It's
Oh,
just
God.
it's just sad. You want to see people move on.
Yeah.
You want to see
Evolve.
them. I'm rooting for you, Peter.
We're all rooting for you,
Yeah.
Peter.
And also, Lisa, give him another job. Can he have part owner? Can he get a restaurant? Can you move him to another?
Move him to corporate.
Thank you.
Yes.
Get him out of that restaurant. But honestly, he probably loves it. He probably loves
come
it.
on.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
what he leads with. But we are getting fresh faces. We watched the trailer together. We said we will not say any words as we were watching it.
We were watching wordless.
We tried to cover up,
emotionless.
like I cannot hide my facial expressions, but we tried. Your thoughts as you see this trailer, and then on a scale from 1 to 10, after watching it, 10 being the most excited, how excited are you about it?
I liked the editing of the trailer. The beginning and the end was very cinematic. They didn't ignore the history
Yes.
of it, which I think is important
Mhm.
because they sort of did that on Roni, where they sort of like ignored all the past that, and that's part of, that was like one of the biggest mistakes, I think, of them trying to do that, like
Yeah.
trying to rewrite it. So I appreciated that. And like, the way we talked about the haunting theme song,
Yes.
but like the actual meat of that trailer, I was a little bit unimpressed. It felt a little, I was looking for natural behavior, like sort of
You're looking for the OG stuff.
right. But like, or just people that aren't playing it up. And I just from what we saw in that trailer, I wasn't convinced that this is not people playing roles.
Well, how do they not?
Oh, I don't blame them.
It's you know,
It's hard.
we talk about this on Morally Corrupt, where this is a generation that grew up on reality TV. And that you could maybe say that, no, not really for the original Vanderpump Rules, because they're in their like late 30s,
They
40s.
had like the hills and stuff, but they didn't.
Right.
I think social media is a big part of it.
Right. They grew up, this generation grew up on social media. Like it's almost a change of what I saw when I was on The Bachelor. When I was on The Bachelor, we were doing, I didn't know how to do makeup. I didn't come with a makeup bag. I was getting it from the other girls. We were doing each other's makeup. Now the girls that come on have, like, they know how to do a beat. Their Instagrams are perfectly tailored. It's just a different world. When I saw Like You, I felt the same energy. It's like I'm watching these people perform, or someone's trying to be the Stassi, someone's trying to be
Right.
the Tom, or whatever it may be. And I don't even know how you cannot be that. It's like, did you sign up to work at SUR because you knew that there's a possibility there could be a show, or you could be on another show that she
Mhm.
has? That's not what we originally got with these people. And then also when I watched it, I thought, this is going to be Southern hospitality, but on the West Coast.
And do you like Southern hospitality?
I have grown to watch it.
Okay.
I like Leva, so I try to support her,
Got
but I
it.
also watch it when the season's over,
Okay.
so I can just binge the whole thing. I'm not that into them,
Okay.
but usually it comes on when I feel like it's a slow time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, or I binge it, so I watch it during a slow time. But as I'm watching this and I'm seeing the drama, it just doesn't seem to be rooted in anything that's real or not. Like, think about when you found out that Jax cheated,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't even mean with Kristen. I just mean being a cheater and a
In
liar
general,
in
yeah.
general, or that Tom drunkenly kissed someone. That was real. We were shocked when we got it. This doesn't feel the same way. And that's what, honestly, this is what I expected.
Exactly. It's not what it's completely expected that it was going to feel this way. I wanted to be pleasantly surprised. I
Mhm.
wanted, even just watching, I don't even remember, like, I wanted there to be a standout person maybe, or just
But
like
you can tell who they're trying to build it around.
absolutely. And it looks like there's some good representation, like from like the LGBTQ space,
I noticed that too.
but like there's not that much racial diversity on this cast at all. There's
No.
not, like, it's a very, I don't know. I'm kind of whelmed,
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I might use that. The only way this works for me is if one of these people So at the beginning, Lisa has this great line where she's like, I used to tell people that sir is where you bring your mistress. Now I'm saying sir is where you meet them.
Mhm.
If one of the cast members is tied to someone else in the Bravo world,
Mm.
I don't even want a celebrity like we got with Sheena. If they're tied to another storyline, I'm interested.
Mm.
That's how this works for me.
It's like they cast one of like Mauricio's like
Girls that
girlfriends.
he was mysteriously kissing. Or, well, Lisa be
That's
down
it,
for that
Rachel.
because
That's
she's
it, Rachel.
yeah, that's it.
That's it.
And don't give it to us in the trailer because we're gonna watch,
Right.
right? And maybe we will be beautifully surprised like we were with the Valley.
Mm-hmm.
But the Valley also to me is rooted in couples and that dynamic and family
And personalities we know.
and personalities we know. And it's drama that we're not used to seeing because either everyone's single or, it's a housewife situation. This, we don't really have that dynamic.
Right.
Here, again, we have Southern hospitality. We have Southern charm. We have Summer House. So we have versions of this.
Yeah.
I'm curious, but I think we might have cracked the code. If they are linked to someone in the Bravo world, now you got our
And
attention.
who's to say they're not, I guess. But if they had that, you'd think they maybe would tease that
Yeah,
in the trailer. And that was almost a 3-minute trailer. That was a long trailer.
it was. But this is my one disclaimer. If they're linked to someone in the Bravo world, it can't be one of the Toms. Because then I'll know that Lisa curated that for her show.
And that's the other thing. It's like I've been weighing like whether how much I want any of those people to even pop up on the show at all.
Right.
And I don't know where I've landed actually.
Who would be
The
the one?
Toms I wouldn't want to say. I noticed they filmed a scene at Something About Her. They were eating lunch at
I
Something
didn't
About
notice
Her.
that. Okay.
So potentially, but I don't think we get Katie and Ariana
That's
on there.
the only one I want.
But like, I don't think they. Do you think they would do that? Maybe Ariana
For
would.
Lisa, they would.
You think Katie would?
I only want to see Katie.
I would love to see them.
Just Katie.
Yeah.
And I love Ariana,
Yeah.
but Ariana's everywhere.
But then it feels like they're sort of milking the Ariana card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ariana's everywhere and she's killing it and I love it and I support it. Please don't take that the wrong way. I'm thrilled. It's just,
I get
if
it.
I had to pick one,
totally get it.
it's Katie.
Mm-hmm.
It's Katie.
Yeah, because she also brings real energy. Like she doesn't give a fuck, So
Actually, I take that back. I could see James. I could deal with James being on there.
really.
Yeah. Well, wait, I forgot about the domestic violence. Forget that.
Well, I was gonna say if they brought him on, they would have to address the stuff.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about it. No,
Okay.
I don't. I do not want to see James. I know it's alleged. I don't want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Katie, go with your
Katie.
gut. Go with the first thing.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's coming out December 2nd.
Yeah. And listen,
be
I
good.
also will say that like, I think with Bravo shows you have to give it at least 2 seasons to really find its footing. And I think with personally, that's why I think like with the Roni reboot, the second season they went the complete wrong direction in my
Yeah, they
opinion.
did.
I think Southern Hospitality, I think they have gone in the right direction over time. It's become a better show in my mind. So I like to give it a little bit more time, but
Yeah.
there's just such a brand name with Vanderpump Rules that it's hard to.
It is. They
Yeah.
almost needed to title it something different. I know what you mean. Like watching them in the alley just won't hit the same.
Call it Sir Rules.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I like that. Sir Rules. And they need like different meeting points. But
Yes.
we'll see. We'll watch. But
we will see.
Oh, wait, 1 to 10. Did you give your number?
No, I didn't give my number.
You can't say 7
What's 7?
because people always just like
Okay,
go to 7.
I'll go
'cause it's easier.
6
Yeah, 6.
or 5.
Whoa. Will we change our minds? TBD.
I'm open to.
TBD. We are open. Next Gen NYC, they are filming. This was another show, okay? It's another show. I said, I'm not going to watch.
I'm with you.
Not. And the moment the news came out that Ariana said that she gives money to Kim, I said, I'm in. Not only am I in, and I'm hooked. Okay? They got me.
Hook,
and I'm
line, and
so
sinker.
glad
Mhm.
that they did. And so that was a show that even though I don't relate to them in any kind of way, I thought the drama was there. It was good. If it was, scripted, it just didn't feel that way for me.
Mhm.
There were some genuine things that came out that like Riley and Ariana's friendship, them
Mhm.
coming back together. I just loved it. I think there's so many places to even go this second season, the Damon Dash of it all, Ava Dash.
Mhm.
It's like, will she talk about some of that?
I hope so.
Ariana's now not with her man. Where is Charlie?
Where is Charlie?
We don't
Hashtag where's
know.
Charlie?
Apparently Brooke Shields' daughter was filming
Right.
with them. I think that this show has legs where it also will recruit some more good people that want to be a
Definitely.
part of
It
it.
was an experiment that worked.
Yeah.
And I think that you bringing up the Kim thing that they started out with in the premiere was so smart. And it's
Yeah.
exactly what we're talking about with Vanderpump Rules, which is like,
Yeah.
there was this really interesting storyline that had ties to OG Bravo. Like,
Yes.
that is back to season 1 of
Yes.
Atlanta,
'Cause
you
we
know?
miss Kim.
Totally. And like, that's Big Papa. Like, that's like, where's Kim's money coming? We've always been asking those questions,
Yes.
right? And so you're so right that it was so smart that they got that at the beginning, that Ariana even was agreed to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that show so much. And I also think they do a really good job of incorporating social media and like their phones, because
Yeah, they do.
that's how we all operate, but especially
Yeah.
people younger than us.
Yeah.
And I hope that Vanderpump Rules looks at that a little bit, because that's the other thing that affects it. As we said, social media. So if they can incorporate, even from a production standpoint, that
That's
they
good.
do a great job on Next Gen, I think, of
Yeah.
that. But I agree. Season 2, I'm like, so they had a DirecTV party in July
Okay.
in New York. They had all these like random Bravo celebrities there,
Uh-huh.
but Georgia was there. And I was like walking by the elevator bank towards the end, and she was leaving. And I was like, I just introduced myself, and I was like, I love the show. When's season 2 coming? Whatever. And I was like, listen, I know that none of you guys are talking to Charlie right now. I know that he's probably the worst
Mhm.
and like just not somebody you ever want to actually be friends with or anything. But I was
Mhm.
like, listen, Georgia, if there's one person who can get him to come back, it's you. And she was like, we haven't talked in a while, whatever. And I was like, and she was like, he actually called me today. And I was like, well, you should call him back.
Yeah. Look at you.
Because you know what? I know that, again, he's probably terrible, but he was essential. He was an essential ingredient for that show in season 1. He's a good villain.
Completely agree.
And so word on the street is that he is back, but I haven't seen anything, but I hope he's there.
I hope he's back. I hope he's like not living on daddy's money. Like, I want to
Yes.
see him need the group, need
Mhm.
the show.
Totally.
He won't humble himself. It's just not in him.
That's okay.
But he's definitely necessary for the show. And I feel like there were other people who came in and out and they were trying them. But I feel like we have a good core group of people
Right.
that I'm actually interested in. Side note, have you ever been to the box?
Yes.
Okay, so it was so funny that
I
the
know.
box almost became a character, and the way they talked about it, like this fantasy land where like us OGers are like, we've been,
Yeah.
that I'm also like,
I don't-
how did you spend $14,000 at the box?
No, I mean, I went there when I was like an intern in New York, like 10
Yeah.
years ago, saw something crazy happening on
Yeah, you did.
stage. I wasn't spending $4,000 or whatever it
No,
was.
it's a rookie move.
Yeah.
Like it's such a,
But that's so we moved to New York and we're like living the life and
yes,
we have
yes.
access to money.
We have access to money. Well, yeah.
Love those
14,000
kids.
is right. That's the other thing. It's like watching a housewife. Like I always say when I watch Housewives, I want to feel poor. I feel poor watching some of these kids. It's like just actually, like, oh yeah, I just spent $14,000. What at that age? Okay. Anyways, so news coming out of Next Gen NYC, which is not great news, but great that it's already making the news, which we know it's going to be a great season. So Riley and Georgia, who we know had started off with a bit of a contentious relationship. I hope you didn't shake Georgia's hand when you met her.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, let's keep a respectful distance. They will be at BravoCon, and there will be no handshaking.
Maybe a hug.
That I don't know.
An air kiss.
I don't know. A hug at a
away from across the room.
I'm sure she's
Not a
learned
hug
her
enough.
lesson. So apparently they're not on good terms. Again, it's being reported that they had a heated argument while they were filming, and Riley allegedly had to be restrained by her co-stars after throwing a glass at Georgia.
Woof.
I hate to hear this.
Yeah, me too.
Because we spent a bit of the last season with Riley feeling like she was on an island by herself. She's the only person of color. No, she's not. Ava is. But she's the only monoracial Black woman on the show. A lot of times when she was going through things, Ava wasn't there. When Ava was, she did take up for her. And she tried to explain to them her point of view. But a lot of times Riley felt misunderstood and stereotyped in a lot of ways. And one of those stereotypes was that she was aggressive and that she was, her tone was a certain way. So to hear this and it play into those stereotypes they already had, I'm just like, oh, I hate this for her.
Absolutely.
And it seems like they're at the beginning of the season. So I don't want this to be a storyline.
Yeah.
I want her to have support. I hope it's not what it seems. I hope that the reporting is wrong, just for her sake and what she had to go through that first season.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, you have to presume that Ariana's there for her. But I think the one thing about Riley from last season that we learned about her, because we really didn't know Riley very well.
Right.
She's I think she is the youngest on the cast.
Oh, I didn't know.
I feel like, or she's like a good like 5 years younger than a lot of them. She was like 23.
Okay.
And I feel like the one thing that when she drinks, I feel like she does like, I think her immaturity comes out more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I could see.
She's a little loose at the tongue when she's.
Absolutely. And again, it's great TV, but I really hope that this is not like the defining thing of her season.
I know. I don't, because the audiences can be brutal and,
Mhm.
you know, who knows how long they were sitting at this restaurant. And like, hopefully it's just not what it seems.
Yes, exactly.
Hopefully. And if she did, Georgia may have warranted it. Let's just
Listen.
hope that if she did actually do this, Georgia said something where it's like, well, I would have thrown a drink in her face too.
And here's the thing. I don't advocate for physical violence on any of these shows,
Sure.
but I personally believe that like words can lead to those reactions
Yes,
and warrant
words can
those
be violent.
reactions. Yeah. And I mean, that was a whole discussion back in season 5 of Potomac, you know, and like that was like, I do think that there are moments where they can be warranted.
Yes. So we will see. But, you know,
Yeah.
I'm glad news is coming out. It's just not the news we
No,
necessarily
no.
wanted. Like, let us know Charlie's back, terrorizing the cast.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the crew too. You know, he's probably a terror to
Oh my
production
God.
at the
Terrible.
same
His
time.
show's probably up 5 hours late every time for every call time.
Like, is crypto up? If crypto's up,
Oh.
he's definitely going to be flaunting. And
Well, also, remember that whole, did you see that whole article that he was involved in about the crypto house in New
yes,
York?
the guy who got
right,
arrested. He's
right,
like in the background.
right. So it's like,
Yeah.
Riley better bring that up.
She better bring that up now that we know. Also, I want to know if he's paid people back. Because at this point, people know his game. I
Mhm.
think they were all comparing notes. Like, wait, he took money for
Totally.
me, and then you took money for me, and then yeah.
Mhm.
So TBD, but it's
Wow.
so good. This episode is brought to you by Netflix. New players, new games, new rules. Squid Game: The Challenge returns for a gripping second season. 456 contestants from all walks of life competing in the ultimate test of strategy, alliances, and endurance, which we know something about. Playing for a life-changing prize of $4.56 million. With stakes this high, why make friends when you can make millions? Watch Squid Game: The Challenge Season 2, now playing only on Netflix. Andy Cohen was on Call Her Daddy.
Mhm.
I'm not a faithful listener to Call Her Daddy,
neither.
but every once in a while she gets a guest that's of interest.
Mhm.
So Andy went on there and he addressed a couple of things. Did you listen to the whole thing at
I
all?
did.
Was
Yeah.
there anything that Andy said that you were like, oh, that was new news?
I wanted there to be more things like that, but I
He's
feel like
good.
yeah, he's really good at not giving you too much, and also it felt like maybe an interview more for like a casual Bravo viewer, and we're obviously not the super casual Bravo viewers. We're
Right.
pretty in deep over here.
Right.
But it was interesting hearing him talk about very briefly who would replace him potentially in the future. Who
Who did he say?
He said Jerry O'Connell and Jeff Lewis are his two that he's thought about in the past.
How do you feel about that? I hate it.
I don't think
I don't like it.
me neither.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be.
Nothing against
I
either of them personally.
like Jerry O'Connell, but there's something that doesn't resonate, that doesn't gel quite with the audience in the way that Andy Cohen does. Think about the show that they had. There's like Bravo loves him, NBC Uni loves him, production loves him. He is such a nice guy. I
Mhm.
love Jerry, but there's something that it just doesn't connect. It doesn't click.
I think his fandom for Bravo sometimes feels a little bit put on to me a little bit. And I've always thought that the fact that Andy is a gay guy helps him
Oh, that makes sense to
like
me.
connect more a little bit with like the female talent.
Yeah.
And I think if like sometimes if like a straight guy would maybe talk to these women in the way that he is able to,
Yeah.
I don't know if it would land.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
sometimes you have to do that to communicate with them and get through them like on a reunion.
Yeah.
And then Jeff, I think I've never met Jeff before. I think he is a great TV personality, but maybe he's a little too messy and like can be a little mean.
Yeah. No, Jeff is in the shits. And I've met Jeff a couple of times, but if you ask Jeff, he's never met me before. He looks through me every single time I meet him. I'm not even kidding. Keep this in here, cut it, put it out. I don't care.
See you
He
in
looks
BravoCon.
through me every single time he sees me.
Wow.
whoever works with him is always like, oh my gosh, hi, we have to have you on the show. He looks just right through me. And
Wow.
that's fine. It's whatever. I think Andy Cohen is a mix of both of them. I think Jerry's too far on one end,
Mm-hmm.
and Jeff is too far on the other. And Andy is like petty and sassy just enough,
Yes.
but then also brings that energy that Jerry has that's light and optimistic. And so I think you have to find someone who sits in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
who's perfectly situated like Andy. But also, actually scratch all of that. They're going to, if Andy ever decides to walk away, if they try to replace with an Andy-like person,
Right.
it'll never work. You have to have someone who brings in
Left field.
their energy, something different to the show that the audience can connect with them on a totally different way.
Mhm.
Or maybe you don't bring one person and you have several people because you cannot, it's like an Oprah. You can't bring in another Andy.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you also need to find somebody that has already, whenever they decide on what that plan is,
Yeah.
hopefully it's in like fucking 50 years. Like,
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
hopefully it's somebody they've like will work to sort of ingratiate to the audience before Andy's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
But everybody will always compare.
Always.
And that's the thing.
Always.
But, I don't look at Jerry like Andy. And I don't look at Jeff like Andy. So maybe that's what it is too.
Right,
But
right. But that was one of the more interesting topics that they talked about for me in that interview.
that is interesting.
What about for you? What stood out to you?
I mean, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I will say that Erica Reed being like the one that got away from Roni.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I thought for some reason she lived in Potomac. I don't know where. Maybe I was thinking of someone else. But I think the fact that her being connected to L.A. Reid, obviously her husband, would have been really interesting
Mm-hmm.
and would have brought something different to the show and a different type of fame. Like, who knows who could have come on that show
yeah.
and been a part of it. But I'm also glad she didn't because there are allegations now about L.A.
Right.
Reid. And so that would have been really messy and just, I wouldn't want Bravo to be platforming him. And it's not her fault, but like him with these allegations
By
being
proxy.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I always think about stunt casting being sort of about like casting a celebrity,
Mhm.
but sometimes it is just the wife of a celebrity or
Yeah.
a wife of somebody famous.
Yeah.
That would have been really interesting.
Yeah. Because did you ever watch the show that was on VH1 with all the ex-wives of famous people? So it was Will Smith's ex-wife, Prince's ex-wife, Martin Lawrence's ex-wife, Jose Canseco's ex-wife. I'm forgetting somebody.
I never watched this.
Eddie Murphy's ex-wife.
Wow.
We'll just say it was called Exes or something.
Okay.
It was so incredibly, it was such a good show.
Because you get the tea.
The tea and they were married to actual superstars. Prince, like, you telling me what it was like to be with Prince? You telling me what it was like to be a wag with Jose Canseco in his prime? It was, and they were friends and they knew each other. I think I'm forgetting somebody else. It was, R. Kelly's ex-wife was on the show, Drea.
Wow.
It was so good. And I think with an Erica Reid, she taps into that type of
Absolutely.
fame.
Absolutely.
And it would have been cool. But everything else, like you said, it's like, who's the thirstiest?
Right.
Who's his favorite? That kind of stuff. It's like, I don't know if Call Her Daddy is that into Bravo other than a general
Well, there were a
sense. So
couple
that's
things
probably
that I was like,
too.
oh, you don't know this, And nothing against Alex, but
Yeah,
like
it's
there,
just
there were a
not her
couple.
thing.
I was like, oh, you don't know that Annie's from St. Louis? Like that's kind of like, I feel like we all know that,
Yeah.
But I also think it is interesting that Andy has on a couple recent occasions name checked Stassi as like somebody who he's really excited about.
Yep.
He did it in this, and he did it somewhere else like the week before or something.
Well, when she was on Watch What Happens Live.
Yes, you're right.
He was like-
He's like endorsed her.
It's like, I love her.
Right.
I love her.
I love watching you.
I-
Yeah, he doesn't say that to everybody.
No. And that's why I was asked about Giselle and Ashley. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, I can only imagine it being frustrated that somebody maybe cooked up a storyline or allegedly paid someone or is lying about certain
I won't
things
admit it.
and won't admit it. And everybody's like, will we still love her? It's because of how she's responding. Kay and Jazzy need to take note. I'm not saying be Stassi, but the overreaction or the Jazzy, who we can tell is, if it wasn't Brittany the thirstiest, it would have been Jazzy. Like, we can tell.
Yeah.
I like Kay. I I actually really like Kate
Me
as an addition.
too.
I really, really do.
And that you're like the only person who I have spoken to who will say
No,
that to me.
I really like
And
Kate.
I almost feel like gaslit by social media to like dislike her. And I'm like, wait, she kind of cracks me up. Like she's kind of the center of a lot of the conflict right now.
She is.
She can
She
be a
is.
little downer vibes, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of like how like monotone she is.
I think she's necessary for the season. She really is. And then even the dynamic with she and Angel, I'm just like curious to see where their relationship
Very
is.
interesting.
Filter or no filter on that photo?
Rachel.
We'll move on. We'll move on. Some other quick headlines that popped up. Stassi was seen filming with Katie. I'm assuming that's for Stassi's show.
I think so.
I thought that show was already filmed.
I'm confused. I'm a little
Did
because
it start over?
I don't know. I know she's still doing Vanderpump Villa, which is like a very underwhelming show to me.
Yeah, I didn't even
I don't.
watch it.
I watched the first episode that she was on. I was just like, it's too much about these random guests on that show.
Mhm.
I don't care about the staff. The way that Hulu is handling some of the Bravo adjacent programming,
Yeah.
I'm confused a little bit about it. But
Okay.
I'll watch Stassi's show. I'll check it out.
Okay. Well, we'll have to have you come on and talk about it
Okay.
because I'm not into that. I know she has her fan base and all of that, and like I'm never rooting against
Yeah,
anyone.
I'm not in the
but-
fan base. It's more just like,
Curiosity.
yeah,
Yeah. that
like
makes
she's been
sense.
away for a while, and are you going to give people what they want, or is this like a vanity project?
It'll be because I don't follow her. I don't know what's up, but she's so different, and thank goodness, she's evolved.
Mm-hmm.
She's married. She's got 2 kids. But I loved, the clip we got in that trailer. I am the devil, and don't you forget it. It's like that's what I'm used to,
Yes.
but I don't want to hear her be like that.
No,
as a mama
no,
too, and
No,
married.
there was like a scene. I didn't watch the episode, but it popped up on social media at the time. She did have like a dark passenger, quote unquote, moment with Beau on Vanderpump Villa. So
Is this with the family and stuff like that? I think I
yes,
remember
there was like
that
something that
coming out.
happened, like something about his tattoo, like he wouldn't get his name,
Yeah,
her name on
yeah, but he
him.
has a sister tattoo.
Right? Oh yeah, yes, that's what it is.
I saw
But like,
that.
so give us a little bit of that.
Yeah, that I could tap into. We're not going to get into Orange County because I'll just vent about how
Okay.
that is everything wrong with the Housewife franchise. But the reunion looks came out. The trailer's out for the reunion. What's one thing you really want to see from that reunion?
The Katie and Tamra alliance that they're having right now.
Mhm.
I need them to like prove that that's not just like completely out of desperation, basically.
Oh, I don't know if you'll get that.
Yeah, I don't know if I will.
I don't know if you'll get
I
it.
also we're gonna clearly spend a lot of time on Gretchen and Tamra,
Sure.
and I just don't know how they're gonna take us to now with that
Yeah, with what we
with
got
that
at the end.
relationship. It is so 15 years ago, and again, they could have started out with a conflict from 15 years ago, and then
Mhm.
that's how they introduced her to the show. But
Mhm.
it lasted all season,
Yeah.
old
yeah.
stuff. And I just don't know if it's like possible for them to get to Gretchen to feel like current with us.
Yeah.
You know?
You think she's gonna come back? It's season 20. They have to get it
Season
right.
20. It's on the one hand, it's like, okay, they tried Taylor Armstrong, didn't work. They tried Alexis Bellino, didn't work. They tried Gretchen, didn't really work. But like, will they bring her back just to like have a win? I don't know.
I know what's a win.
What's a win?
Vicky Gunvalson.
I second that.
Bring her back.
I mean,
It
it's season
never
20.
fails.
Also, make her a friend. Like, there's so much precedent now to bring back these
Yeah.
like heavyweight OGs as friends on any franchise.
Yeah. Bring her
Vicky
back.
would do it.
Bring her back. The one thing that I want is something definitive when it comes to all this he said, she said we're getting. Like, even though, I went on a whole rant about the last 10 minutes of the last
Okay.
episode, the finale, but nothing was gained from that. It was, well, how do we know if we can trust? How do we know? I don't want any of that. I do not want 3, I'm assuming it's 3 episodes of, he said, she said, we don't know. Maybe this is true. How do we believe this person? Do we not? I said it sounded like Ryan Bailey. He wrote me. He goes, everybody's saying you said it sounded like me. And I was like, it did sound like you.
Now you putting him
So
on
it
the-
was not Ryan Bailey, guys. But I said, was the voice distorted? And I said, that distorted voice sounded like Ryan Bailey to me.
Ryan.
He confirmed it is not him.
Okay, good.
But I don't want to hear about that. I want you to tell me what is true. Tell me I beg of you. I beg. That's all I want
Yeah.
is something definitive.
I want Katie to admit that she lied about telling Kiki because she told Kiki.
Yeah, we know she told Kiki.
But I need her to say
That's
that.
yeah.
Because two things can be true in this situation, and I feel like we're acting as if it's like that's impossible. And I also need them to admit they threw the Sheena thing out there just to distract from that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was just like everyone will believe this.
Sure.
Look over here, you know.
Sure. Sounds like the administration. Okay. Last thing in the quick headlines, Jennifer Aydin said that she's been fired from Real Housewives of New Jersey, but at least she thinks she is because she's gotten a call from producers and has not been invited to BravoCon. Now, is she saying that because she knows other people have talked to producers? And so because that's what it sounds like. She's assuming, well, why would she say I haven't been called unless she knows that other people have been called? So I do think that maybe that's the truth. Who from Jersey is coming other than Teresa to BravoCon?
Melissa, Margaret, Dolores,
Oh,
and their husbands.
Oh yeah, they have the husbands have a panel.
Yeah, they always try to do the husband thing.
Well,
But
she's been fired. I'm gonna go ahead and
Oh.
agree with her. I didn't think that until you just said
pretends to
that.
be shocked. You know. I mean, Andy does not like that woman.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and she has a podcast apparently.
Oh, she does?
That was part of the announcement. I think she was like, oh, and it was like there was a second slide. I don't know if we all did that. She has a second slide of I have a podcast now.
Oh, we didn't get there, Jen.
No, and I don't think we.
It's
I
not in the
don't know if
rundown.
anybody did.
It didn't even make the rundown.
And that's okay,
We-
Rachel.
She led the wrong way. She should have said, "I have a podcast."
Exactly.
Swipe for breaking news.
She buried her actual
Yeah.
announcement. But it's interesting. You know, we talked about the trailer for Vanderpump Rules.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, they're like still releasing stuff ahead of BravoCon.
Yeah.
I'm like, but BravoCon is for making big splashy announcements.
Yeah.
So if we don't get a Jersey announcement,
You think we'll get a Roni announcement? New Roni?
I feel like somebody said somewhere, I don't want to say it's Andy and misattribute it, but I feel like somebody said they think we'll get Jersey before Roni.
Who's coming from New Roni?
I believe
I
it's
saw
Aaron
Aaron.
and Cy. And maybe Jessel too.
Because the rumor is that it's only Aaron and Cy that are coming back. But at first it was Jessel. And I just don't know how you don't bring Jessel back. I really don't understand that.
My gut is that it's those three.
Yeah, I don't understand how you don't bring
Yeah.
Jessel. I know that they're talking to other people
Yeah.
about joining.
Okay.
I do know that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they'll also maybe announce the cast for the In the City.
I hope they do that.
Yeah.
It's sort of an open secret.
What have you heard about that?
I was hearing a lot in the lead up because I had friends that were talking in talks to be on that show.
Oh. Aren't you friends with Lindsay?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see my comment? Maybe not.
I don't know.
So I'm wondering how you feel about this.
Yeah.
I said, so when they announced it, I wrote on Queens of Bravo in
Yeah.
the caption, I said, well, if we're not going to get the baby, then what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm serious about that. And I don't say that because I dislike Lindsay. She's amazing TV. She knows exactly what to do. The way we talk about Giselle, that is Lindsay.
Yes.
She knows
Sa-
exactly
same
what to
trait,
do
yeah.
to stay relevant,
Mhm.
to stir things up. She gets it. She could be a producer. But I don't want to hear about her being a mom. I don't want to hear about the drama with the father. I want to see
Yeah,
it.
totally.
And I just don't think that's fair. And people were mad at me. People were like, well, there are other people who don't show their kids. Who doesn't show their kids?
I have not talked to her about this specifically,
Mhm.
but my hunch is that because she did talk about on the reunion when she announced that when she had broken up from the
Mhm.
dad of the baby,
Mhm.
that like that is a
It's a
point
big-
of contention,
yeah.
right? But my guess is that I think even at that time it wasn't completely confirmed that the show was going to happen.
Mhm.
And I think if you're launching the show essentially around her in a big way, my guess is they cleared it. You know what I mean?
It's my understanding that is not the case.
Oh, really?
it's my understanding.
Still.
I hope you. I don't.
I'm
know.
not saying this based on any information that I know.
I don't
Okay.
think that that's the case, but I hope I'm wrong because I really want to see her as a woman who always really wanted to have a baby. She
Yeah.
finally gets that moment. I want to see her work as a single working mom,
Totally.
balancing her career with her child, balancing this co-parenting relationship. I think a lot of people it will resonate with. You know, even in my situation, I might be a single mom. You know, I might
Mhm.
decide to have a child by myself. Like I'm
Right.
not saying it to harp on her. I'm saying it because I don't want somebody to hide so much of their life. I don't want, because I'm going to call it out if I see it. I don't want the drama. I don't want to see Lindsay, who clearly knows how to work it, creating drama with people just to have a storyline because she can't show the other part of her
Right.
life.
That's fair.
We saw it on
Absolutely.
Summer House.
Mm-hmm.
Like that ridiculous fight that she had with Carl on Summer House. I was like, we got to get Lindsay out of here. She's going the wrong way. This isn't the Lindsay we know. We got to get this new show started to give Lindsay something else. I loved her being there. I loved seeing her pregnant, but she didn't there was nothing for her. She was creating drama.
Right.
To stay relevant.
And
she's better than that.
And this show in the city is supposed to be the Valley for New York.
Yeah.
And it is all about that next stage of your life. And I'm with you. I think that we deserve that. That's part of the promise of the show is this is their next chapter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
and it has to look different and feel different.
Yeah. I never got it that way, that it's the Valley of New York.
That's how I think about it.
But you're so right, because we're once again starting with people that we know and we're going to meet new people.
Yeah.
I'm so in now, but I need to see Lindsay's full life. If we give us one or the other, either give us the baby daddy or give us the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably both.
I don't think we'll see the baby daddy. I think would be more likely to see the kid.
Maybe we'll get the kid without the face, where the face will be blurred.
Okay.
Now that I don't know about. So maybe
Have
that's
we ever
what
done
we'll
that before on these shows? I don't think so.
No, because to all the mean people writing against me, because we normally see people's kids.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We see their kids.
Right.
And don't give me Erica Jane. That was a grown man.
Right.
That's different.
Right. And it's not even about necessarily the kids being part of the drama or whatever. It's just
No.
about like feeling like there's not that wall up, sort of putting it to the side and not letting us see that part of your life. Yeah. It's more about the feeling that you're getting from it.
Yeah. I want the baby crying when she's going to brunch with friends.
Right.
Because the dad isn't picking up the phone call and she's really trying to navigate co-parenting. It's like, I just want to see it.
Yeah. I know.
I just
I'm
wanna
with
see
you.
more
I'd
of
love
her.
to see that.
It's because I like her, guys. It's
Yeah.
because I like her. Okay, this has been so great. I want
So
to do one
great.
more thing before we leave.
Okay.
We're going to do it. Call her Rach. Call her Big Rach.
Hey.
But in honor of Andy going on Call Her Daddy and having that interview with her last week, we're going to answer some of the questions that Alex asked Andy. So kind of a rapid fire here. All right. Best new housewife.
Stassi.
For sure.
I don't think there's another answer to that question. Is there? I think last year I would have said Jen Pedranti.
She's grown on me,
Yes,
for sure.
But I also think that she's tying herself to the wrong boat in Gretchen.
She did that with Katie the first season, and look where that left her. She doesn't have a good judge. She's not a good
And
judge
sometimes
of character.
Great Housewives don't.
Yeah.
But I do love her though. So
Yeah, that's a good one. It's Stassi for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, who's the thirstiest housewife? I'm going to say Jazzy because of what I said before.
Okay. And I can co-sign that. I think Julia from Miami is pretty thirsty.
That's a hot take.
I think that she had that reveal at the reunion, right?
Yeah.
You think back, she tends to have big moments at reunions that arguably could notch her another season, you know?
Oof.
And I think that there's obviously some strategy there, which I can respect that.
Yeah.
But I think coupled with her behavior that we saw in season, it's giving thirsty to me.
I feel like I'm on an island on my own with Julia. I'm not a Julia apologist, but
Interesting.
watching the way that Adriana was in that last episode and how she was like, you don't want me to say what I know and all of that, I actually believe that she hangs her friendship and what she knows over Julia's head. And I brought you in this group and you were nothing with me. I mean, she said that. You were nothing before me.
Mhm.
So I think it was like, she looked so nervous when she said that. And maybe it wasn't saying it, maybe it was Martina, but she looked like she was going to cry. It felt believable to me.
I think that can be true too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she opened this Pandora's box by talking about that.
Yeah.
And I think she cleared some stuff with Martina before the reunion, but I would be shocked if Martina is not upset about how much came out because
About the
obviously
mortician.
Adriana hit back and she was always going to hit back.
Mm-hmm.
And in some ways you could argue that Julia sort of sacrificed some of her relationship
Oh, no, she
for,
did.
you know?
She did. I mean, this is Martina we're talking about.
Yeah.
She is an icon. She is
Yeah.
a legend. I'm not saying I agree with
Of
everything
course,
she says. I want
and
to
we
put that
don't,
out there.
and I don't.
But she is known to a completely different group of people. We saw, I might argue that, what's her name, is pretty thirsty too.
Which one?
Who's our new girl on Miami?
Oh, Steph.
Steph.
Stephanie.
I don't know if either she or her plane are thirstier, but one of the two. One of the two.
Because you can't bring any liquids on that plane,
Yeah,
so it's pretty thirsty.
No liquids on that plane. Good grief. what was I saying? Julie. Oh yeah, Martina. Martina is just, she's history. And so now some people don't even know her as that. They know her just as Julia's wife who's been cheated on and survived cancer. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Yes.
But I could see her also staying with her, but whatever. I
Yeah,
mean, they are
me too.
as far
Listen,
as
and maybe they're in it together.
yeah. Maybe they're open. We don't know. We don't know.
I mean,
Um,
wouldn't surprise me.
what is the ultimate Housewives anthem?
I think the best Housewives song is "Drive Back" by Candace.
Sure.
Like, I will genuinely listen to that song.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of
good. She's
yeah.
got talent.
But I think the ultimate anthem is "Tardy for the Party."
Tardy for the
Yeah.
Party. It's all, the show's
come
named
on.
after it. I was
and
gonna say the same
it was
thing.
like a full storyline for over a season. We're still talking about it on Next Gen. Like,
it ended
and
a
it goes
friendship.
off. It goes off.
And it was the first time we saw a housewife do that.
Right.
Like, she is a trendsetter.
Well,
do miss
I
Kim.
had, side note, I had this guy, Matt Anderson, who produces Miami. He used to produce Atlanta and
okay.
I think early Roni, I want to say. And he knew Atlanta is like a music city. He was like, this is not being represented on the first season. He sought out somebody in casting who could bring the sort of music
smart.
element, and he wanted that person to do a song with Kim. And
So
it's
smart.
just, that's history.
So smart.
That's
I
history.
saw a clip the other day. I need to go back and watch old Atlanta.
I
I saw a
know.
clip the other day of Sheree and Kim in a car, and she's playing, I think she's smoking a cigarette, got the bad wig on, top down. She's playing the song and she's singing along to it. And then in the confessional, Sheree's like, I mean, who would have known? Voice of an angel. Who would have known? And she's dead serious. And I'm just like, God, I miss this.
Can I
There's
say,
no glam. There's no, I mean, it's just raw, real, so good.
what if I said I miss Sheree?
No, I get that.
Okay.
I get that.
Just for the comedic element.
I get that. I was listening to something. Oh my God. I was watching something or listening to something, and somebody goes, what did you say? And they go, joggers. And they go, what? And they go, spring, summer. And they go, what? It wasn't even on what was I watching? Oh, it was the show Reasonable Doubt.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh,
they
it's
made the
on- it's a
reference.
scripted
I love
show.
that.
And the guy goes, she goes, what did you say? And he goes, joggers. And she goes, what? And he's like, spring, summer. And it was her PI said it to like
That's an Easter
the
egg.
clerk. And I was like, oh my God, us.
I love it.
I miss Trey too. Okay. Whose feud is going too long?
The obvious answer is Tamara and Gretchen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I also am really weary of the sort of sudden emergence in different interviews with the Teresa Melissa stuff.
Oh,
Because that's obviously gone on too long.
That's the one for me.
Yeah. And like, I thought the whole point of the break for Jersey was to not go back down that road.
Yeah.
And I can't tell how much of this is like manufactured on both sides, because Teresa's the one that really changed her tune to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely has gone on too long.
I'm gonna that's the one for me for sure. And the reason I forget about it is because I'm ignoring it.
Yes.
And I'm ignoring it because I don't want to give it any life. I don't want to give it any attention. And I suggest that we all do this. I want Jersey to come back. I don't want those two together.
Mm-mm.
It's inevitable. We won't believe it if it comes. And if it does come, it's definitely going to get back to that.
Mhm.
We have to trust our better judgment. It ended an entire franchise. It split the groups apart into multiple groups. We got to let it go. And if we don't give it attention, they're testing us. They're trying to see how we respond. Let's give it nothing.
That's it.
Nothing. Which celeb do you wish joined a housewife franchise?
This is a hard one. I think I'm going to say Julia Fox on Roni.
No. Even after her Jacqueline Kennedy costume?
Oh, see, I actually have not been on social media all weekend because I was at a wedding and like a wedding
Oh,
hole.
look at you.
Yeah. But she dresses.
She dressed up as Jackie, a blood-stained Jackie Kennedy.
Oh, then I take that back. I'm sorry.
Some people aren't against it, but she dressed up the same outfit,
Got it.
hair, makeup
Okay.
with blood
I
on
literally
her
have not seen this.
from the car ride in Dallas when he was assassinated.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
she
I
dressed
should
up
do
as
some
that.
scrolling after this.
I would think she'd be too thirsty and would be doing stuff for shock value.
Okay.
You know what? It gives me vibes of The Witch that we had that time on
Carlton.
yes, on Beverly Hills.
Okay.
It was like that's what she would bring.
Okay.
What celeb would I want on? I think I'd want.
Because I think you think about celeb, you think New York or LA usually, right? But I guess you could go Miami. You could have like
I'm going to say only because she's been on it. I'm going to say, and just as I was about to say this, I forgot her name.
Who
Oh
are
my
we talking
gosh.
about?
Halloween.
Halloween.
Why can I not think of her name?
Wait, Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis. We've already seen her on the show.
With the chic wind chimes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
She's so
Interesting choice.
cuckoo at times. You know what I mean? But like then brings it back to something that makes sense. Like and I'm saying this also because I've interviewed her and she'll just like go off on a tangent, but then she brings it back to the exact point. And I just find her fascinating. And because I've seen her on the show, I'm like, more of her.
It'd be a natural fit.
Make her a friend of.
Doesn't she play Kyle's mom or something?
Yes, and she seemed interested when she was on. Like she seemed into what was happening.
Right.
And then like, remember how Dorit was just like in awe of her?
And they're both wordy women.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay.
Bring her on. Who is the hottest house husband?
It's like asking to pick your favorite. I mean, this is hard. I mean,
Angel's husband is hot. I
he
do
is.
have to agree
Bobby
with
is
Andy
hot.
on that.
I do always come back to Mauricio. He
I
still
always
does
say
it for
Mauricio
me.
usually
He
too.
still does do it for me.
But
you know who else is really hot?
Robin's
Juan.
Juan
Juan
Dixon's
is
hot.
a
to me
very
too.
fine man. Also, Gertie's husband, the firefighter.
Oh yeah,
a very attractive
he's
guy.
cute. And his demeanor is very attractive to me.
Yes, totally.
Yeah. That's it. We did a good little list
Yeah.
there. I feel we're of course we're forgetting somebody, but this is
We
a good
definitely
list.
are. I'm trying to
It's a
think of
good
that the bracket they do on social media, like the March Madness. You ever seen that?
Oh, do they do that in Bachelor World? I didn't realize that they do that.
There's a
with-
Bravo account that does that. Two judgy girls. Yeah. They do like
I
a
was like, are we
bracket.
fitting somebody from New York? No,
No.
not Abe the Babe is not for me. They always make Abe seems like a fun guy, but they always try to
No,
make
I
Abe
would like to
happy.
hang out with him, but that's it.
But that's not,
yeah,
that's
not in
the
that
one.
way.
I'm not gonna do who is the worst. We're not gonna do that. Okay, last
Okay.
one. Which reunion is the most annoying to watch?
You know what's funny? Salt Lake is like the best franchise for me. Like, I just think it's just operating at a different level. But their reunions actually kind of underwhelming compared to their seasons
The
for
seasons
me.
are really good.
You know, like, because I think I can't tell if it's because the seasons are just like that high or if the reunions are just like a little too much, just like yelling that you can't
Okay.
even make out who's saying what at either time. You
Yeah.
know, I think about last reunion when it was like Lisa and Angie yelling at each other, and I'm like, they just won't stop.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
And they argue almost like, I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but
Yes.
what am I? Yeah.
and they aren't
It's
very funny reunions
Yeah.
either. I
They're
think
not
maybe
funny.
Salt Lake.
Okay, that's actually a really good point. I didn't even think of it that way. I was gonna say something more broad.
Okay.
Any reunion where someone doesn't show up
Oh,
is the most
No, F
annoying thing
that.
to me. I'm automatically tuned out. Karen not coming to Potomac. Britt Eady not coming to Atlanta. When Mary Cosby didn't come to Salt Lake City, it should be a requirement. I've done this whole thing about the penalties that should happen. Like, you have to come to the reunion. So any reunion where that doesn't happen is a bad reunion.
it takes the air out of the room.
Mhm.
There's always going to be things that are unaddressed
Yeah.
and lingering.
Yeah,
And
that's what the reunion's for.
And also, it's like they're unaddressed. So when that person comes back to the show,
Right.
if they do,
That's not fair.
they're still gonna have to answer to that.
Yes, that is not fair. It should
They're
not
just
be
delaying
allowed.
the inevitable.
Exactly.
Wow.
Okay, this has been fun. This has been so much fun. I could keep going.
Me
I feel
too.
like we've given you guys a really robust episode.
Mhm.
You'll have to come back again and join
love
us.
to.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad we got to do this in person.
So fun.
You guys, make sure you tune in Friday when we will be recapping all the shows from the week. And by that, I just mean the Housewives shows. Have a great week. Everybody be safe. And we will talk to you then on Friday. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you listen to Gavin with Gib. Where, tell them all the stuff.
Tuesdays and Fridays, wherever you get your podcasts. I have the women on sometimes. We talk. We have these conversations. I have I have you guys on, kind of the morally corrupt crew. I've had all of them on. So
yes.
Gabbing with Gabe, wherever you get your podcasts.
And where can they follow you?
At Gibsonoma, wherever, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I'm still there, unfortunately, but
I am too.
I post and ghost.
Okay, there you go. Fair. You're one of us. All right, guys. We'll talk to you on Friday. Bye.